Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, Strong TV. This is the first ever video I've ever done, so bear with me. But I am joined by two very special people. One is Latimus Prime. Welcome, Latimus Prime. And the second is another Chelsea fan, Will. Welcome, Will.
Hello.
So, yeah, welcome, guys. How are you both doing today?
I'm good. Very confident for tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think it's different with Kane out, I believe. So do you not agree?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely is. It's going to be easier, to say the least.
Yeah. Prime, how do you feel about it, Kane being out? Do you think it's going to affect the game?
Yeah, because he kind of missed. Like I said, this on the football terrace and stuff. Kane will be a big miss because that's where their source of goal comes from. I know Son can score, but again, like I said, it's the way Kane kind of drops and facilitates as that 10 and Minks play. No one else in that team is doing that. Bale, he's just not up to speed. He's just not fit. I think it's going to take Bale a year to actually get a match fit, which is a shame because he won't be at Tottenham for that for next season. In Ndombele, he's good, but I think people are overgassing him this season a bit. One, and two, I don't see him being creative enough to. I mean, I'll probably eat my words because he's quality, but I don't see him being that creative enough. I think it'd just be a thing where Jose just sits back and they defend for their lives, but because they don't have maybe Son on the counter attack, yes, but Bergwijn, I rate him, but he's not really in the best form. Spurs fans are divided on him, and we've got Lucas Moura. He has his spurts and purple patches, but he's not really that good. And then you've also nice background. You've also got what's his name, Moura, Bale, Bergwijn. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really. The only thing for me is that it's Jose, but then again, those players aren't playing for him or fighting for him, so that's nothing for me to worry about.
Big up to Winter Surfer Andrew. Welcome.
That's fine. When do you pay us the £100 to invite us on the first show?
And Andrew.
Oh, sorry. Oh, are we live? Oh,
Andrew.
Sorry.
Andrew, if you don't have 1K on Twitter, you don't get paid. So.
Stop it, Prime. I'm only 100 off now, ish.
Is it?
Well, again, you're just an admin. You don't even show your face.
Shut up.
Prime, are you in another room again?
I'm in a kitchen, if that's a room. So yes.
How do you feel about the game tonight?
I think Jose is going to park a whole battalion tonight, and he's going to try and counter us. But I'm more interested in how Tuchel sets up. Whether he sets up the same, or if he drops to a 4 with the 3 in midfield to try and match Spurs. But
yeah.
Obviously Kante's fit, so do you think he's going to be played, or do you think they're going to bring him on?
I wouldn't be surprised if we actually line up with a 4-3-3 and play Jorginho, Kante, and Kovacic. I wouldn't be surprised if we lined up like that.
Because remember Sarri in big games. Because remember Sarri's season, it was Kovacic and Barkley that would rotate between that 3-8, I guess. But whenever we played big games like against Liverpool and City, he'd always make sure Jorginho's in there. Jorginho, Kovacic, and Kante. And that's how we'd able to dominate the midfield. We'd be defensively sound, and it would give us a platform on that counter-attack. And I think it's weird because we can't play on the counter-attack. I know we're playing away from home, but against a Jose team, you can't play on that counter-attack. He won't allow us to. So plus they don't have a threat on the counter-attack because Son's gone. Yes, Kane's gone. Yes, there's Son, but like I keep saying, I don't this might come back and bite me, but I'm not.
Just big up Strip Bear in here.
Strip Bear.
But I think you have that problem with the last game. They had Son and they didn't use him that well. Like, I felt like he wanted it and he was calling for it, but I feel like they just didn't use it, and it wasn't quick enough and it wasn't fast enough for Son. And I feel like Son is just as like he's on par with Harry Kane with why he plays. So I don't get why they're not using him. He's still capable of doing the same job. So I don't get why they're not using him.
What you're talking about? Drop in and act almost like an auxiliary 10 and stuff. I don't think Son can do that. Son is like Son is a forward essentially. He's like Rashford. He's like Sanchez, like Salah or Mane, maybe Werner. He can do a drop up front, but he's not a natural striker. He's not someone that will drop or link. He's a forward.
Daniel says, like and subbed, shared. We're going to beat Spurs 2-0.
Do you know the thing? Is if we can, I was speaking to Prime about this. If we can play the 4-3-3 like we did under Sarri, and give either Hudson-Odoi or Pulisic on that left-hand side the freedom to roam and do what they got to do, I think we could be very good. I do. And if you look back at under Sarri and even under Lampard and in the last couple of seasons, that some of the chances that Jorginho and Kovacic have fed to our strikers, but we've had Morata. I mean, I don't even mind Morata, but we've had Morata and Giroud that have just missed a load of them. So it'll be interesting to see if we can sort of get it right this time and hopefully feed Werner enough chances to actually get a goal and then get up and running.
Beat the goal and he will score.
I mean, I think I just don't know how Tottenham are going to come at us, because they can surprise you. Spurs can Mourinho has such a interesting way of thinking that you never really know how he's going to come at you, and you don't know his thinking. That's the problem. You never know Mourinho's thinking. No, you don't.
No, you do. You do. You know what he's going to do in this game. If Mourinho's setting up in this game for a draw.
Did you see what he said? He said it's not hard to win. He said Chelsea's not a hard job. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's all mind games.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
And I'm just, do you know what? Even if we lose tonight, I know a lot of the fan base will be hating on Tuchel because they want Lampard back and whatever. But even if let's say we go into a bad spell with Tuchel, I'm confident we can get out of it. Because although you can say the French league is the French league, he still won trophies there. He won one trophy in 2 years at Dortmund. That's not bad. I mean, he's got things to. And at Mainz, where when he took over, were they in the second division when he took over, and then he got them promoted, and then eventually got them to fifth, or were they just relegation fodder? Because either way, he's got a lot of experience to fall back on. So I'm just more confident with him in charge.
They were relegated, or no? He got them promoted.
Klopp relegated them and left. I'm pretty sure. I think Klopp relegated Mainz and left.
Yeah, or at least they were in a either he got them relegated or they were in a relegation battle and he left.
Yeah, so they were either fodder or they were either down there or in the second division.
Okay.
I mean, Strip Bear says Jose will do something weird. Mm-hmm. Do you agree, not agree, or do you think it's just going to be... Anything Jose sets up to do, I'm not surprised by. So it might be weird to other people, but Jose's Jose.
Yeah, anything...
But you do have a massive obsession with Jose.
No, it's not.
You kind of do.
No, I don't. He's the greatest manager I've personally ever seen. He's managed my club. He's part of the reason why Chelsea is where we are at. So as much as people want to talk about Frank Lampard, Lampard is not as big of a Chelsea legend as Jose is.
Can we actually? Can I ask a question? Can we rank? Who would you say are the? Let's rank. So Alex Ferguson, Pep, Jose, Ancelotti, and Wenger. Where would you say?
Wait, who are we going? Fergie, Wenger, Jose.
Yeah, Pep
Ancelotti,
and Ancelotti.
Pep.
Where would you rank them? Like,
Wenger's 5th.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Pep is 4th.
Welcome,
No,
Lambs.
that's harsh. That is harsh.
Wait, hold on. How is that harsh? Ancelotti's won 3 Champions Leagues. Ancelotti's won 3 Champions Leagues.
Yeah, but he's not 4th. Come on.
Wait, no, but well, you have to remember, like, this is not an insult.
Cheers.
I'm so nervous ahead of tonight's game, you know.
Yeah, literally. I started early.
Why is
We're gonna win
it the women?
4-0.
Why is it the women that are drinking right now?
Just to clarify, this is the Winter Surfers. We are all Jose and Roman sexuals.
Yes. Yeah.
We have to, considering what they've done, right?
Strip Bear says Lambs.
Hey.
How are you doing, Lambs? You good?
I'm nervous, Charles. I'm actually nervous. Like, I feel like the rest of the results this week, obviously minus United slapping up Southampton, kind of gone in our favour. So
Rams looks great as always. Daniel simping.
Yes.
Thanks, Dan. But I just feel like I don't know. Just Chelsea, whenever we have the opportunity to capitalise, somehow we just don't take it. And I don't think we're going to lose, but I'm afraid that we might end up in a draw, and that's not good either. Like, we need to win. You
know what the problem is that people have been dropping points around us. We can't just, like, when Lampard was there, we were dropping points as well. People have dropped points. Tuchel needs to work on this and needs to gain from this, and we need to get those 3 points, because the more we gain from this, the better we are. Like, if we go now, we'll go above Arsenal. Like, I think we go up to 6th or 7th if we win. Like, that's what we need. We need this. Like, this is a boost from us. We've gone from like 9th to, like, in a few games since Tuchel's been here, up. Like, we're gaining points, we're gaining momentum. We've had a draw and a win. I'd just like another win. And I feel like if we beat Spurs, that kind of puts the momentum on for us. Like, we have such a momentum going forward because we've kind of beaten Spurs, like, and we've done it at their own ground. We've gone to them and we've been like, you know what? No, we're back. Like,
why are you guys worried about? People can say I love Jose, yeah, but why are you guys worried about Spurs? Why are you guys worried about getting top 4?
Igals Burner says Wenger is the best manager in the Premier League.
Igals Burner.
You know what? Wenger's not even the best manager to manage in London.
Strip Bear says it's not. It's time we become Chelsea again. Absolutely agree.
It's just that, like, if we don't win this game, oh my God, like, we're never going to hear the end of it from these Brighton fans. They're like, oh, Lampard's gone, what's your excuse? You can't beat this first team. Brighton can, this, that, and the other. It's just...
Do you think this is sort of a make or break game? Because if we win this, I have real confidence we can get 3rd. I honestly think we can kick on and go on a run.
Well, 100% I'm with you.
If we lose, I'm a bit worried it could go the other way.
I mean,
if we win this, we'll finish 2nd this season.
I think it's really dangerous to come across a team who's literally come off the back of, you know, two losses.
But like, this is the problem. Like, I'm not going in skeptical because we did that against Arsenal and look what happened to us. We ended up being made a mug of. And I'm not having that again. I'm not going to be made a mug of. Like, I'm humbling myself and I'm saying I think a draw, because if we get a win, I'm going to be absolutely buzzed. I want to win more than anything. I'm saying a draw because if we get a win, I'm going to be like, oh, this drinking was absolutely paying off. But if we don't, I'm going to be like, result. But like, we're going to go, if we win, if we win, we go 6th. No. We've gone from 9th to 6th. No, we go 6th. No, we go 6th because of goal difference. Goal difference makes us 6th.
No, don't. No, what's wrong with you guys? Why is
You're
it?
setting us up to fail. Wait a minute. I'm not having this. You're setting us up to fail, Brum. You can be confident, but you're going into territory where you're setting us up to lose. Yeah.
Okay, we're eighth at the moment. So if we win today, we go up to 6. Yeah. Because West Ham.
Yeah, because we've got better goal difference, so we go above. I may have the same point. Our goal difference.
Yeah, we need to win because Everton, Spurs, and Villa all have games in hand on us as well. So this is a must-win game.
Literally, I think it's really important that we win. To be honest, I think also it'll boost the morale of the team, like because the team have literally gone from like losing and drawing and absolutely getting like having no creativity, no space to have that kind of. They've had no space to have anything, and now Tuchel's come in. He's given them that space, that creativity to do whatever they want to do, and they're thriving on it. But I think the Spurs game, because we have only, it's not like we've beaten a top 16, and I would like to do that. I would like to add that to my resume.
Yeah,
like we've only done draws and wins. Like I'd like to be able to beat
I think us and United are the only.
Yeah. United have got 4 draws and 2 losses, and I think we've got 5 draws and a loss.
And we've got a few losses. We've got the loss against Arsenal, the loss against Liverpool, the loss against City. Let's not forget that. So we've got 3 losses.
I think it's like 5-1. But it's not okay though.
This will also. I hate to bring it back to Lampard again, and I'm sorry for doing this to anyone who was Lampard in or whatever. But also, if Tuchel in his 3rd game can do what Lampard has failed to do all season, surely that gives him confidence as well, beating a top 6 team or a big 6 team. I suppose haven't won anything in 13 years.
I'm with you on that, Will. I think it will also do a lot for the confidence of the squad as well. I think now that they've gone over this milestone. After this game against Spurs, our next games up into Atletico Madrid are really quite winnable games. So if we can get maximum points from that going into that Atletico Madrid clash, I think we will be feeling really full of confidence and thinking that we do actually have a chance. Not going to say we're going to win because we have to respect the level of opposition that we're coming up against, and they are a top club. Like, looks like they're probably going to win the league this year. But I think we have a chance, and our squad is good enough with a good manager, which we have now, to challenge Atletico Madrid at least. And again, it depends on after today. If we win today, if we go on a run and we get maximum points from these games, because these are all winnable games, we should be picking up points from these games. I think we have a Champions League is something we're going for because of how competitive the league is. Go ahead.
But the Champions League, like I've said this, and I've said this to you, Lambs, the Champions League I was really worried about, because I thought if Lampard was still in, we were going to have an aggregate of 12-0. People were laughing at me and telling me that I wasn't funny. I'm like, how will we defend? We can't even defend. We were losing against Arsenal. So how are we going to beat Atletico Madrid? Atletico Madrid have one of the best defences at the minute. Their defence is so solid. They've not got any issues. They're a very strong team. They're probably going to win a title this year. And we're coming across like, I think we have contention to challenge them, but I don't think we're going to beat them. But I think like the aggregate's going to be more like a 5-3, which is something I can tolerate against a team like Atletico Madrid.
Don't Atletico have? I think Atletico have the least amount of goals conceded and the second amount of clean sheets.
To score 3 goals, Charles, against Atletico Madrid over 2 legs is a bloody miracle. So the fact that even Atletico 3 goals,
because if they make a mistake, I'll take that. Like, I'm hopeful.
We don't have to beat them, don't you? You can get a score draw. We get a score draw over there and draw 0-0 at home. We don't actually have to beat them.
No, I don't.
I think Tuchel's going to go for it, though. I think.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying. You could do that all the way to the final and never win a knockout game.
Andrew has a point, because Tuchel's not like Klopp. He's not stupid. So yeah, you have a point.
But I can't see Tuchel ever parking the bus. I don't think that's
No,
every.
it's not. No, it's not
It's
a
not
parking the
parking the
bus.
bus.
But if
It's
you
not
But if
control,
you have to tactically control the game, then you do it that way by getting through that
yeah.
way.
Hmm.
So when
It's just being
I mean,
smart about
well,
it. You know.
Jose controls games by parking the bus. You can have
Yeah.
possession for
yeah,
like
but Jose's
80
not
minutes
really
and control it.
working. But how's that
No,
working
no,
out?
no,
for
no,
Jose?
no.
It's
I know,
really
no.
not. Like I'm not being. Do you know what? If you park the bus and you want more than one goal, I get that. But Jose only wants one goal, and then his team defend. But his team can't defend.
That wasn't my point. What am I getting? My point is that you can control a game.
Yeah.
I mean, if we play against Atletico, we're going to have all the possession, and that's fine as long as we just control the game. We don't have to sit back against them to control the game.
Yeah.
Have you guys? This is a bit off. This is a bit off topic with like the run of games we have, but have you seen? I really think the Nicolas Sola links are real. I think we are going to go after him, and I don't know too much about.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't know because looking back on it, I looked at some old articles, and we were heavily linked with him in the past, but he turned us down for Bayern. So I think there is an interest there, but I've not seen much of him. I've heard mixed opinions on him from Bayern fans. So I don't know how good he is, but it'll be interesting.
I'd be a bit worried if Bayern are offering you a player.
Yeah, I get what you mean, especially for 30 million.
Yeah,
So,
It means that they've gotten everything that you can possibly get out of them. Like
this is a ploy. This is a ploy by Bayern to stop us going after. I don't know. I'm
Upamecano, probably. Yeah,
that's what it is.
The thing, and also with Sola, he's not. I don't think his contract's anywhere near expiring either, and I don't think he's not old at all. So yeah, and he
hasn't he got a bit of an injury issue though? He's got a bit of an injury.
Yeah, apparently, from what I've heard, he was really, really good before the injury.
Yeah.
But then he got the injury, and he's just not been able to.
Do you know what? This is my problem. I don't want to buy people that have got injuries. Look at Pulisic. I'm not saying Pulisic isn't a talent, but with all this injury, has he come back as the man he was? No. Is he the man he used to be? No. Is he going to get an injury again? Yes. Do we have to wrap him in bubble wrap? Absolutely. I don't want players like that, and I'm not being horrible. I want players that are capable of performing. And right now, we don't have that with Pulisic. That's not being horrible. He's just got a recurring injury, and I don't want him.
That's why we should never go for Jimenez at Atletico, because I think his record's like 88 million. And look at his injury record; it's awful.
So Dembele
from Barca.
We've got some questions here. Do we even consider Spurs a Big Six team?
Yes, as a Big Six team, yes, but not as a top 6 team. If you get what I mean.
I agree with what Indiana said on this one. They're an above 7-side team.
I respect Spurs more than I respect Arsenal.
Favorite goal against Tottenham?
I have 2. One of them is the Hazard equaliser.
Oh, that is beautiful.
The first one is William Gallas because it was they were celebrating Peter Osgood's he passed away.
You know my one. Do you know my one? The season we won the Champions League, was it FA Cup semi-final? Drogba on the chat when he turned on the volley. Yeah.
Oh, that was such a good.
No, I like in that game. I like the goal they gave that it was never over the line. it was like 2 foot in front of the line, but they gave it. But, any goal against Spurs is always.
Actually, you know what I like? What was it? Last season? I think it was a Partey assist and Marcus Alonso scored. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Big up to Jem. Yes, people.
Big up to people on the panel other than Prime.
Do you know
all the big guns?
Love it.
Here we go. Igal's burner says 15 likes, people. Let's go. Make sure you're smashing the like button and subscribing, guys.
I can't deal with these burner accounts.
I know.
There's a David burner account as well.
I know.
There's a Lambs one.
The Spurs.
There's one for Lambs.
Matic goal in the FA Cup. How do you feel about that?
That was a world-class goal.
Yeah, but he didn't mean that though.
Oh, but it doesn't matter.
What?
It doesn't matter.
It is a gal.
He obviously did mean it because he smacked it like that.
But he didn't mean it.
Brandon, welcome.
How we doing, Charlotte? You all right?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, not bad. How's everybody?
How are you? Yeah, how are you feeling about the Chelsea Spurs game? What are your thoughts and opinions on that?
I hope you beat Spurs. I hope you beat Spurs.
Brand new favourite person. Let's take that.
Let's just take them out of the title race completely. I don't think they're in it anyway, personally, but yeah, let's just take them out of it completely.
What do you mean? Let's just take them out, like as in we?
Yeah, as in, like, they lose to Chelsea tomorrow, they're out of it.
Oh, so you're a Chelsea fan now? Okay.
Coalition, yeah.
I will be for tonight. Is it tonight or tomorrow?
Tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight. I will be tonight.
Guys, the lineups will probably be coming out in like 7 minutes or so.
Yeah, literally. So we will be here and we will critique the lineups. We'll go through them. But Prime has got to go. So
unfortunately,
Prime, before you go, where can people find you apart from everywhere?
Might as well say where they can't find you.
That's my. Well, you know, Andrew won't be in my team as a DM, but you can find me on Twitter. I'm on the terrace. Yeah, on the terrace tonight after the game. That'll be interesting if we win.
It will be interesting either way.
Everyone, if you're watching, like, subscribe, share everywhere. You know what to do. Bye.
Thank you, Prime. See you later.
Do you know what's an underrated game? Do you remember when at White Hart Lane we beat them 4-2?
Oh, shut up.
Mata had that masterclass and Gary scored that screen.
I really like Prime Juan Mata. Oh my god, he used to just like
I loved him. He's one of my favourite Chelsea players.
Yeah.
Love him.
It kind of hurt me when he went to United, but I thought, yeah, they're getting the worst of him, so it's okay.
Would you say,
what's your guys' feeling for tonight then? Are you confident you can win?
Yeah, we're going to win 4-0.
This is controversial. Please go Alonso, but if he scores, I'll just pretend he's someone else. Now, do you know what? I've got nothing against Alonso being in this squad if he turns up like he did last week and gives me a goal like that. I've never had a problem with Alonso. He's been out for so long. That was my concern. Like I didn't even know who he was.
For Lampard. That was for Lampard. That was for Lampard.
No, I had to Google who he was because I was like, I haven't seen you in so long.
That was a massive.
I know. So, how do you guys feel about Alonso?
Amazing in wing back.
Yeah, only at wing back.
Not in the back four. Not in the back four.
He's not. He's a wing back, and that's it. But I think if he is there, then he's good. But as far as I'm concerned, he kind of. Oh God, there's a really controversial comments. He's the best LWB in the world, though. Left wing back in the world.
I mean, he's up
not
there.
in the world.
Yeah,
he's probably top 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say top 10.
I don't think
he's not number one. Yeah, but he's not number one. Like I can't.
I prefer Gosens from Atalanta. I know that for a fact. Gosens is definitely better.
There's so many.
Let's actually respect Atalanta. They're still in the Champions League as well, aren't they?
Yeah, that's a fair point. You know, they've done all right. To be fair.
Yeah. Second year, they made it past the group stages. Actually,
who have Atalanta got in the next round? Do you know?
Hold on, I'll have a look now.
Yeah, Charlotte's gonna have a look.
Is it Real Madrid?
To answer Brandon's question about this game, I think we should beat them, but we were so confident that we were going to beat you guys before we faced you. Considering we weren't doing the best, but considering the run of form that you guys had leading up to that game, it just looked like a sure 3 points. And the way you guys turned up and just completely turned us over shocked me. Quite frankly, it just left me lost for words. So I'm still sure that we're probably going to beat Spurs, more likely. But again, it's still Jose, and I'm never going to underestimate what goes on.
Atalanta have Real Madrid.
I think they might beat them. You know, I think they might knock out.
You know what? I wouldn't put it. Real Madrid at the minute are like it's hard to watch. You know. But I'm also kind of finding it the same with Barcelona at the minute. Like, I think ever since that controversy with Messi, and the fact that he wasn't let go when he wanted to be. I think that was a real issue for him, and I think that's affected the team ever since. It's not the same Barcelona, unfortunately.
I don't think Barcelona will be be around for too much longer anyway. They're in millions and millions of pounds of debt at the moment.
Yeah. Are you saying they're going to do an AFC Barca or something? Go all the way down.
Who knows? Who knows? It's happened before, hasn't it?
They'll never let them get relegated. They'll never let them get relegated. Remember, this is like
Charlotte's got prime service. She's got bar service delivery.
Yeah, but don't forget as well. Like,
doesn't even have to leave it.
I've got to do this, you know, like I'm gonna need the wine coming because I don't know how this match is gonna play out, and like at least if we lose, by the time we lose, I will not be sober enough to know what is going on. I will not be sober enough to know what's going on, and then it won't hurt as much because Spurs is like, to me, it's a big deal. Like, however much we say Arsenal's a big deal, for me, Spurs is because. We sing them in our, like, every time we chant them when we come out in Stamford Bridge, we chant them, like, and also for me, Mourinho's a little bit personal for me. Like, Mourinho was, like, when I was growing up, he was the manager I watched as a kid. Like, he was the one I watched. So to see him go to Spurs, it was a little bit like a dagger in the heart.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always more personal, and I always want to beat them because I'm like, yes, Mourinho, this is what Chelsea have become. What have you become? And we have the team news here. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
So we've got Mendy, Azpilicueta, Silva, Rudiger, James, Jorginho, Kovacic, Alonso, Hudson-Odoi, Mount, and Werner.
Yeah. Okay.
Mount up front.
And it was exactly how I thought it was going to be. Exactly how I thought
it was. And then the subs, we've got Kepa, Emerson, Christensen's on the... Can someone just hold me for a second? I can't deal with this.
Well,
Christensen's on the sub bench.
Sent Tomori on loan, so that makes sense. That's all we have left.
Chilwell, Kepa, Kante, Pulisic, Ziyech, Giroud, and Abraham. I'm surprised Kante didn't start, to be fair.
Not enough. So I literally I thought that was exactly what the lineup was going to be, except I thought Kante was fit enough, then he would start probably next to Jorginho ahead of him.
Wait, but, Charlotte, is the front three? Wait, did you say the front three was Pulisic, Werner, and Mount?
No, front three is Hudson-Odoi, Werner, and Mount.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Does this new manager not fancy Ben Chilwell then? Does he not really rate him?
I think he will play.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Karen Andrew, sorry.
I don't know. I don't think he knows who his best players in. That's why we didn't let a lot of people go in January.
Yeah.
That's why Gilmore and Giroud were kept around because he doesn't know, you know.
Do the Spurs lineup, Charlotte?
Hold on, let me have a look for them now. Let's see what the Spurs have done because I'm pretty sure Spurs.
With this game, though,
Spurs have got Lloris, Aurier, Alderweireld, Dyer, Davis, Højbjerg, Sissoko, Ndebele, Bergwijn, Son, and Vinicius.
So they got 4-3-3.
They've come to part of the bus, mate. They've come to part of the bus, the plane, everything that they can part. Anything that they can find, they've come to part of it.
They've literally.
That's what they've done.
I can't see you guys losing tonight anyway. You look like a different side under this manager. 24 hours into his job and you look so much better than what you did. So I can't see it.
It's amazing what happens with man management and tactics. Amazing.
With this game though, with Tuchel, I as a manager, I love Tuchel so much. I feel so much more towards this game. I'm dying for him to succeed. Whereas in the last few weeks, I didn't not care. I'm not saying I didn't care, but like I didn't really feel as much passion for the games. Whereas now I'm dying for Tuchel to succeed. Dying.
I am.
How good would it be, guys, if Werner scores a couple goals today against Tottenham?
Be brilliant. Really.
So that is our lineup down below. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on this.
David's going to see this and be like, Mason Mount again.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I believe he was rested for this game, to be fair. Like, I genuinely believe he was rested for this game. I think that he wasn't played on the starting lineup. He was rested for this game. I think he's the consistent one, and it might do him good to have a change of play. I mean, thank God Reece James is back starting up. That's all I can say. I think we,
as a wing back though. Actually,
yeah, but I think we've missed him, especially his kind of, because Reece James has that eye for getting the ball in the crossing, in the corners. His corner crossing is great, but also when he gets to the box, he kind of has a way with crossing or getting that really good outside the box banging goal that you're like,
So
cool, I didn't see that coming.
Cho's on the left, then we take it, right?
Yeah.
I've got to think Cho's on the left.
Him and Mount are going to be so good between the lines. They're going to play so well.
It'd be interesting to see how Werner plays as well, because it has actually, we haven't really seen his potential, and I think maybe under Tuchel it might be different. He might have that kind of energy or the different kind of aspect of how he wants to play. We've got Strip Bear here saying David will be going mad.
Jem won't be happy about Jorginho being in the mix again either.
Do you know what? Surprised that Kante's not playing?
Yeah.
Are you surprised Kante's not playing?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I thought he'd be back for this game. I thought we didn't see him in the back because
to be fair, I thought they were resting him.
Same.
No,
okay, Andrew, why do you think not?
Well, I don't think Tuchel's that stupid. He's only just coming back from injury.
Yeah.
If this is a big game. Kante for 2 years has had consistent injury problems, and to rush him back even for this game, I don't think so. Now, if Frank had been in charge, maybe he would have rushed him back, and then he would have probably got injured again. But I think this is where the man management comes in.
Yeah.
Tuchel said consistently he wants to work with Kante. So why would he risk him straight back in, risk another injury out for 4 to 6 weeks? So I think he might come on, but I never thought he would start tonight.
Do you know what
do you think he's resting him for the fact that we've got the Champions League in less than a month? Like, I see that call now that like you're kind of resting him because the fact we have the Champions League, and the Champions League is important to have Kante because he's got that experience. And you don't want to injure him in his first game back and then him be out. And
I think he's just doing what a good manager does.
Yeah.
Managing it.
But also, guys, have you seen the run of games we have after that first championship?
Yeah, we have United,
Barnsley, and then Newcastle. So
no, I meant after the Champions League game. United, we've got Spurs, we've got City, we've got Liverpool. It's mad.
Do you know what? That it's an issue for me because if you see United's 6-run game, you see that they've got 4 easy teams, I believe, and then they've got us, and then they've got City. And I'm worried that these easy games. See, this is what I'm really hoping for, and I'm not going to be horrible. I'm going to sound horrible here. What I want is for United to win the 4 easy games, come to us, and we whoop their asses. And I'm like, yes. We beat them. Because you know what? We haven't actually beaten United in 2 seasons. 2 seasons, 2.5 seasons.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
on us last year.
Like 4-0. I can't forget that 4-0. Tuchel, if you're watching now, let me tell you, Thomas, like we have not forgotten this 4-0. So you better like come for us because we need to beat them.
If you guys win tonight, do you think we can get yourselves back in the title race? Or do you think it's too far gone?
No, I think we're way out of the title race, but I'm not ruling us out of top 4. I think we'll either finish 5th or 4th, and I'm not too sure what, but it depends. The problem is that you've got Liverpool dropping points like no one's business against basic teams. Brighton, like who saw that coming? Actually, I did.
The thing is, West Ham will drop points. Leicester will drop points.
Leicester are already dropping
points.
Proven
crime.
They're not already dropping points. So
like, they've not got Vardy. Like, if you look at it, Leicester haven't got Vardy. Spurs haven't got Kane. Liverpool haven't got Van Dijk. Like this is all things affecting. I mean, apart from the fact that Liverpool just don't look like the same Liverpool. Like Liverpool at Anfield aren't scary. When people used to go to Anfield, they used to be like, "Shit, I'm so worried." But now people are going to Anfield like, "I'm running circles around your team." Like Brighton, like Burnley. Like these teams, like West Brom getting a draw, like these are like. Do you know what the problem is? Is my Liverpool in the bottom 6 have a win rate of they've won 2 and lost 4 in the bottom 6. That's embarrassing to me. Like if I was Liverpool, I would not be happy.
Champions, yeah, the best team in the world, yeah.
But this is my problem. They've always wanted to be like Man City, but the minute they win the Premier League, they're all like. They're a different team. Like if that was me and I was like, let's just hypothetically say like I was a champion, like I'm not, but I would be fighting so hard for this shit. Like I would literally be fighting my heart out because I've got what I wanted for the first time in 30 years. I'd literally be fighting so hard to keep it, not giving it away like no one's business. Just because you haven't got Van Dijk doesn't mean you can't turn up. You can't rely on one player. We've done that for long enough, and look where it ended up after Hazard left. Look what happened. It didn't work out for us.
I've got another question for you guys as well. It's a little bit off topic, right? But obviously, there was a lot of controversy with the 2 red cards the other day. One for David Luiz and one for Bednarak at Southampton. Do you think there was red cards, or do you think
No,
absolutely not. If you look at the David Luiz one, there was a Man United one and another Southampton one that weren't given red cards, but they were
against Arsenal.
Literally, like they were accidents. They weren't on purpose, but the ones that were actually on purpose weren't given, which confused the shit. Like, the Arsenal ones, like Leno. Like, what was Leno doing? I'm so confused. Like.
I think he was auditioning for the women's volleyball team, I think.
I mean, so we've got a question here. Score predictions for today.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I've got to tell you guys, don't bother doing a prediction.
Let's start with Brandon. Because at least it's not his team, so he should.
Yeah, Brandon, you give us a score prediction.
So Tottenham haven't got Kane. Is Son in their lineup?
Yeah. And Bergwijn and Ndombele.
But they're playing Sissoko, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see them parking the bus. I think it's going to be 2-0 Chelsea. Timo Werner to score as well.
Oh, controversial. But I like it, though.
Will,
Yeah.
what do you
I do rate
it.
Werner, to be honest with you.
I've said it with my chest on multiple streams. 4-0, easy. It's going to be the easiest London derby in years. We have got a good manager now, an elite manager, a top 5 in the league manager, and we're going to absolutely school them with the talent that we have.
I've said, I repeat, I'm same as Brandon. I think a 2-0 win, comfortable-ish, but a 2-0 win.
Yeah. Lambs.
I'm gonna go for 3-1.
Oh,
That's literally. I was literally about to say that.
I feel like we're good enough to score goals, especially with the way that Tuchel will set us out to play. But again, I've voiced this many times, and Charlotte knows we've got our concerns about a few personnel in that defence. So,
Mendy. You know what? The problem I have is that Mendy is a liability at the minute. Like
too clean.
Against
Come on.
Wait, hold on. Let me just talk about the fact that the Wolves game, he nearly gave us away. Like he nearly handed them the win. Like my problem, like the defense doesn't help. There are some personnel in the defense that I have an issue with, and Lambs knows this, but there's also Mendy. Mr. Tickle, what's he doing? Like he's not as bad as, like, he's nearly as bad as, I'm not sure who's worse, him or Kepa. That's my problem.
No. Or Kepa's worse.
No. Do you know what the problem I have is? They're both average goalkeepers. Kepa's worse, but they're average. They're not world class. They're not great. Mendy, when Mendy first came here, everyone was like, oh my God, yeah, this is so exciting. We've got a new goalkeeper. No, he's just He's just good because he's doing what he's supposed to do. Kepa hasn't been doing that. He's just good because he's doing what he's supposed to do. But now all the cracks have been shown. People are like, oh, he's so shit. No. He's just an average goalkeeper that does his job. Like,
who was worse, do you think, out of Kepa or Mark Schwarzer? Both awful goalkeepers. Who do you
oh
think?
my God.
No, Schwarzer wasn't an awful goalkeeper.
Oh, he was trash. He was trash.
I mean, he was terrible, but he didn't play enough games for us to really like.
He's a back-to-back Premier League winner.
Strip Bear says, like Mendy reminds me of Mr. Tickle, them long arms. Absolutely. That's why I call him Mr. Tickle. Like,
did you see what he did against Villa when the ball came to him and he was just like, and he just palmed it straight in the path of the goal of the striker, and I was just like, what are you doing? Mendy's trying to literally give him an assist. So he just went like, he just patted it down like that, and I'm like, catch it or punch it away. What is this? What's this?
Literally, it's
the best thing you can do is bring back Petr Cech.
Menzies
He's in the Premier League.
Just to clarify, I have said this, and Lambs will back me up. I have said this in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid. I don't want Mendy. I don't want Kepa. I want Petr Cech. Petr Cech was put in this team for a reason, and this is for the Champions League Atletico Madrid. I do not want to see Mendy. I do not want to see like Kepa. They put Kepa in with Snow. And he was doing Snow Angels. They put Mr. Tickle in goal, and he nearly handed Wolves a win. Let me tell you now, I want to see Petr Cech back in goal for the Champions League, because he's probably the only thing going to save us from like letting in goals all the time. Because it doesn't matter how good your defense is, if you have a shit goalkeeper, like, we're screwed.
We are screwed anyway with our defense. Our defense is rubbish. We have Silva, and our fullback options aren't awful. We have Azpilicueta, James. Chilwell's not that bad. Emerson's decent, I guess. But our centre back options are awful, absolutely awful. And I don't get why we've got rid of Tomori quicker than we've got rid of Rudiger or Christensen.
Okay, can we just talk about this for a second? I was fuming when I heard about the Tomori thing. Not only that, but for the amount that we're selling him for, what are we playing at? He's going to go there, absolutely put us to shame, and we're going to regret it. He's going to be one of those regret things. Firstly, the only reason we didn't put Christensen, Alonso or Rudiger or Kepa up, because no one wants them. No one bloody wants them. But I have a little bit of an update now. Bednarek will be available for Southampton's next fixture after an regulatory commission upheld a claim of wrongful dismissal and removed his suspension. The defender was sent off.
Because
Louise one was a yellow card. Like, I watched that back like so many times, and I just thought,
Arsenal appealed that.
But do you know what makes it even worse, right? That Bednarek one. Southampton appealed it. They won their appeal. Arsenal appealed David Luiz's red card, and they've said no.
Yeah, they've literally said this, that David Luiz's stands. But you know what? Like, I have the problem is that, like, when I saw the David Luiz thing, David Luiz usually knows when he's done wrong, because he'll just walk off and he won't complain. He won't be like, "Oh my God, like I've messed up." Like, he'll just
like,
walk
against
off.
City,
Against Chelsea, when he played against Chelsea, he just walked off, but he didn't. He looked shocked. And when you replay it back, you're like, how? I don't know if it's because he's had so many red cards, they should assume it is. But my problem is it wasn't a red card. And if you look at it, like, if you get your eyes, maybe these FA regulators need to go to Specsavers, but that wasn't a red card. And I'm saying this is a Chelsea fan against a non-player. Like, if I'm saying that, like, that's got to mean something, because it really wasn't. Like, there were worse tackles made in that game and the Man U game than anything else. So I'm a bit confused as to how it's not overruled.
I don't know how Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire managed to stay on the pitch in the game against Arsenal. That made me start questioning the officials. That really did, especially because I'm seeing, right, and what was it, Xhaka who got sent off Arsenal? It was Pepe that got sent off Arsenal for doing exactly what Fred did in the Manchester United game, but Fred did it much more aggressively and got a yellow card. Fair enough, he got sent off later on in the game, but for a second incident, he should have got for that. And it does make me think that there's no consistency with the same energy in these decisions. You see certain teams and it's never ever given to them, and you see other teams who just seem to be catching life in terms of these VAR decisions. And I'm talking about Manchester United, because most of the decisions seem to be going their way. And you got to question it, because there's actually video evidence. You can put these challenges side by side, and they're literally almost identical. One person gets set off in one incident, and the other person doesn't even get a booking in some cases. So,
yeah, it's still Luiz's fault though, because he was caught out of position. If he was in his position, none of that would have happened in the first place. So I still blame him. He's still a clown.
Welcome, Byron. Welcome. How are you doing? You good?
Yeah, doing well today. How about you all?
Yeah, we're all good.
Yep.
How are you feeling about the Chelsea Spurs game? Got any opinions on that?
It's going to be, Spurs are not in good form right now, so it'll be really tough for them to get anything out of it. It's a combination of not being in good form, missing one of your best players, and then kind of being in a system that doesn't maybe suit some of their players as much. So I don't expect Spurs to win, really, but it'll be tough for them.
How do you also feel? We've just been discussing the fact that Southampton's red card was overturned, but David Luiz's Arsenal's one wasn't. David Luiz's obviously wasn't a red card, but how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm glad that the one for Bednarek got overturned, because he genuinely tried to get out of the way, and Martial kind of wanted the contact and kind of tried to throw himself into the player. But the David Luiz one is tough. It's not a red card, but he put himself in a position to put himself in trouble, and so I think that's kind of a bit more difficult of a scenario in that instance. I feel like both of them probably should have been overturned, but if they're looking at it from the perspective of, well, David Luiz is potentially not putting himself in a good position, then it's a little different. So
Laurie says, is this going to turn into a watch along?
That's funny.
Too nervous. Too nervous.
I don't know. I need to be sat down with my bottle of wine, not the glass. I need to be nope, not streaming. I'm too nervous for this game, I think. I feel like it's
I'm very sweary against Spurs, so no.
Brandon, you're gonna head out, are you? It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on. Brandon, where can people find you on your awesome channel?
Of course, Brandon AFC TV on YouTube. All my links to my socials are in there as well, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. And Charlotte, keep up the good work, mate. Glad to see you've started your own channel, and big up everybody on the panel.
Thank you very much. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Right. Let's get back to it. Where do we start? I'm very nervous about this game. I feel like I'm getting more nervous as we go on.
It's weird, right? Because
even with the lineup, it's still a concern that Spurs could turn around and get that goal, because our defense and our goalkeeper could I'm not going to be biased to anybody, but I am. Rudiger could make a mistake, which he did. Look at the Burnley game where he had four Burnley players, and he was in front and he was chasing after them. We had four Chelsea players chasing after one Burnley player. I'm
we definitely need to upgrade in centre back. We definitely do in the summer. But people are saying they want Haaland. I'd rather us go and buy a world-class centre-back instead of getting Haaland, if I'm being honest.
Can we just welcome Ads? Ads, how are you, mates?
Not bad.
Thank you for joining. How do you? What are your thoughts on the Southampton Bednarek red card being overturned, but David Luiz is not?
I'll be real with you. As much you guys all know, I love Banner and Arsenal, but I have to be real now. I think the Southampton decision is an absolute disgrace. I think the Arsenal one was very unfair. But at the same time, the facts are we don't know what goes through the players' heads when this happens. So we don't know whether there's any malicious acts or thoughts in their head when they do this. But I think the Arsenal one was over the top. I don't think cards should have even been produced. But you know, I don't understand the yellow, but a red is outlandish. I think it's stupid. Southampton one, I think. I don't even know why that's even being put to the test or even figured compared to the Wolves one. I think they're both stupid decisions, and the decision and the outcome. You switch both situations together. David Luiz shouldn't have got booked, and the Southampton one's just stupid. None of the how are these things still happening in football?
You know, the worrying thing is.
Sorry, guys. Just to clarify, I've just seen the lineup, and we're not playing a 4-3-3. We're playing a 3-4-2-1.
Yeah.
What, Spurs?
No,
Chelsea.
Chelsea are.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes sense. The thing is with Tuchel,
Spurs are playing a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
Which is perfect, because that's why we're playing with the wing backs, because you know, none of us Chelsea fans want to see Mason Mount on the wing. Like, we know that doesn't work.
He can tuck inside.
With Tuchel, I'll be very, very surprised if you see you'll never see Havertz in midfield again. He'll be playing as a forward. I think you'll see Mount every now and then in midfield, but I think he'll be played further up the pitch. I think for the midfield positions, it'll be between Kovacic, Gilmore, Jorginho, and Kante. I think that'll be the midfield spots.
I think you're right, Will.
Ads, while you're here, I do want to ask you how you feel about the Man U game, because obviously that was a shock to everybody. Like,
you know what, and I'll tell you why it's a shock, because the standards have dropped at Man United. That's why it's such a shock, and that's facts. I don't care what anyone says. The standards are not the same as they used to be back in the day. I'm luckily old enough to actually see my team lift the trophy. But no, the win was good. I fell asleep an hour before, so I kind of done fuck there. Just you know what I'm saying. And I actually did want to watch it, but I did fall asleep. But I woke up and I saw 9-0, and I watched it back. It was a good performance from the boys. I think everyone played well. I think our midfield, especially McTominay and Fred, had a good game. You know, Martial scored two actually. Pretty good goals, and man, we're looking solid. It's a record breaker as well. It's a record breaker as well, because Ollie's the only other manager in the past few years after Alex Ferguson's left to actually got 9 goals in the game, and everyone's there saying he's a dead manager. So I don't want to hear any of that.
And so I've got to ask you, for the Southampton red card, like it was his first debut. Like he's 19. It's his first debut. Do you like? You've got to feel something for the kid. Like he tried so hard, and it was just trying to impress, and obviously backfired.
I feel for the kid.
I love that.
I feel for the kid. I feel for the kid because, like, what I've seen of him and what I've heard of him, he I saw as soon as they started, as soon as they kicked off, they actually looked pretty good, and he's actually been part of a few of the moves. But it was only a few minutes he was on the field, and a red card. I was kind of like, wait, did that really just happen? But at the same time, yes, he's young, and I did feel bad for him. But his knee literally goes into McTominay's groin. It literally goes right into his groin.
No, I 100% agree with that. I think he was trying too hard. Do I have sympathy for him? Probably not. Do I?
Nope.
Do I think he was trying? Do I think he was trying too hard? Absolutely.
Yep.
Do I think he shouldn't have been trying to impress? Just laid low and just had a decent game and finished for 90 minutes? Absolutely. Because I think if Southampton weren't down to 10 men, I think it would have been a different story. But you lost a player that actually had potential, and he messed up. And I think that's on him. And he's going to have to come out next game and absolutely come out, or when he's next playing, he's going to have to come out fighting and absolutely show why he deserves to play. He didn't show in the first game. In my debut, I'd want to just keep a low profile if I had to, just to get through the game. At least get through your first game first. I think that's a problem.
I'm not going to lie, I would get a red card in my debut. I'll be real with you, man. I'm terrified to get a red card in my debut.
I can see that.
I feel for him.
I can see that.
I saw you on the pro clubs earlier, and you were carrying. I can't lie, you were carrying. You were carrying on the pro clubs.
You know, everyone was gassing me up because the first time I've ever played any, But
You and
you know,
Kesh
it is
were
what it is, man. Don't guess me, bro. Don't gas me, man.
Yeah,
Literally.
just wait. Yeah.
Why are so many of the Chelsea fans nervous about the Spurs game? Spurs are not good.
We are going
Do you know what? No, that's fair. They're not good, but
They're not good.
you never know what to expect with Spurs, and that's my problem. You can expect Spurs, but this is what we did with Arsenal. We expected to win, and look what happened. We got absolutely annihilated. I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting Spurs to be shit. This is my expectations for how I put it this way. This is how my brain works. If I say a draw and Spurs win, I'm going to be I'm not going to be as disappointed. But if I say we're going to draw and Chelsea win, I'm going to be absolutely buzzing. I'm going to be more buzzing than I would be. But at least a draw's a draw, and I'll take that. But I can't be saying I don't want to be saying, yeah, Chelsea are going to absolutely win. I'm not rubbing it in anyone's faces. I'm not bragging about it. Like, we were all doing that against Arsenal because Arsenal were playing that shit. But it's come to us, so I'm not going to be like, yeah, we're going to win. Like, we're going to do this. I want us to win, and I believe that a 3-1 is good. But realistically,
I've said to Andrew, that I'm never going to be confident after this game ever again. Because I sort of said to start with that we're going to win 4-0. I'm trying to persuade myself that it's going to happen that easily. So, but I think we will win.
Into existence.
Yeah, trying to make us our own luck, although it could backfire.
But who's gonna score for you guys and with the starting lineup the way that it looks like right now?
I think maybe Alonso will, maybe from a free kick.
I like that. Yeah. That's hilarious that the goal is more likely to come from Alonso in the mind of a lot of Chelsea fans than it is from Werner.
I think Cho's going to score. Because he's playing higher up the pitch.
Yeah.
So
I think it's going to be interesting because when he played where he was playing like further down the pitch, I enjoyed that. It was nice to see the creativity and the kind of. I forget how many positions he can play in. I forget that he can multitask. And seeing that, because Lampard didn't use that, and seeing that be used by Tuchel was actually really a nice wake-up call to be like, actually, I forget that some of these players can play in different positions because Frank Lampard's just been giving them that little bubble of space, and they have to play in this, and they have to do that. Like, seeing the creativity and space and the different players playing, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Like, it's nice to see.
The weird thing is, I'm more nervous. It's really weird. I'm more nervous about this game. But on paper, we have a better team and they have a worse team than last year when we beat them, when we had a worse team and they had a better team. It's very weird.
It is.
It is, yeah. I mean, I don't really care who scores. I'll take 2 own goals and fine. I don't care.
As you should.
Really don't care. I mean, it'd be great if it comes off like Sissoko or one of their rubbish defenders, but I don't care. Just get me the win because for me, it's the most satisfying feeling beating Spurs. It's just one of those things that I need it.
Do you remember when we had Sarri? Do you remember in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final and we lost because Harry Kane got fouled, but it was offside in the box. But he was clearly offside, and Hudson-Odoi that game was ripping us apart, and I don't know how we didn't. I don't know how we lost that game.
Don't matter, we got through, so it's all good.
Yeah, although we did lose on penalty, we lost because Kepa didn't come off. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, we got to that final, but we all know what happened there.
Yeah, but
that's actually the day that I lost respect for him because I don't know who you are. I don't care where you come from. Even Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't do this when the manager tells them to come off. Yeah, so I don't know who you think you are. Manager says you're coming off.
As much as I like Sarri, and I admire him as a manager, I thought he was going to walk that day. I thought he was going to go down that tunnel and just resign. I honestly,
you know what? I I was literally watching it like, is he? Is he not? Is he? Is he not? I was literally like, he got to the door and he pushed the door open. I was like, shit, we're gonna lose the manager. And then he was like, oh no. I was like, thank God for that.
I'm convinced he pushed it, but it was locked.
And no,
Andrew, it's like
you were begging for him to walk down. You were begging for him to walk down that tunnel and not come back.
I was. Sarri's fine, but I was done with
Andrew
Sarri.
was like, "Is this the day?"
Yeah, I mean, I was waiting. You know, when we lost 6-0 to Man City, I was waiting that night.
You had your club notifications on.
I remember that 6-0 City. When you know the one thing I don't like about that game though. The one thing I don't like about that game is Rudiger getting all the hate by the fans.
Yeah, and he was the only one.
That was deep. He was the only one who had he's the only one who had the decencies to say thanks for coming. And they gave him all that abuse. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
But the funny thing is with that 6-0 game, right? We lost 6-0, but we defended better in that. We defended better in that game than we did against Sheffield United away last season.
The thing is, I've never cried over a result that we've lost. That 6-0 made me cry. I've never seen anything quite like it, if I'm being honest. It
made me cry last time.
I mean, I don't know. Like, as a Chelsea fan, I have to say, like, even in the most recent season, like the loss to Sheffield and the loss to Bournemouth hurt me more. Because it was just I was watching my team play these like bottom like relegation side teams. Let's not lie, and also absolutely no fights, no nothing. Like absolutely, like they didn't care.
I can't remember. Was the Bournemouth game after the Man City 6-0? Was it before?
It was not really. It was around the same time, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think it was.
They both blurred into one. Like they were both so bloody awful that I was just sat there like, no.
If we hadn't,
it was great for me though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you did.
I bet you enjoyed it.
You don't have it left.
Ads, I bet you enjoyed it even more a few weeks later, where Ollie bottled it and got sick, and we got top.
All right, let's not talk about that. Yeah. Let's not do that. Like Chelsea. The thing is with Chelsea is at the moment you lot have got a good manager. Hopefully, instead of him utilising the players, maybe your board utilise with him as well. Get in the signings he needs. Yes, Jem.
Charlotte and her new show. I'm loving it. Well done.
Yes. Thank you, Jem.
Jem,
how are you feeling about the Spurs game tonight?
The only thing I worry about is Jorginho. Wait.
I knew this was coming.
Let me just finish what I'm going to say. The only thing I worry about, Jorginho is like that 7-year-old kid at school coming up against the 11-year-olds. Like the guys older than him against Ndombele, Sissoko, and Jimmy Højbjerg. Like, he's going to get bullied like a kid. I want to pick him up and throw him in the bush.
He's not going to get bullied.
I can see Ndombele like spinning your midfielders and just bursting at your back line. Can't you just picture it? He's so good.
I hope he. I hope I'm wrong.
He's so good.
I'm not worried if I'm being honest. I think we'll be fine.
You're not worried about anything.
Spurs are so inconsistent though, Will, and that makes them dangerous. Sure. I know inconsistency is bad for a team, but they have to be the most inconsistent team out of the top 6 alongside Arsenal. And the thing is, you can have Kane and Son in there. They're still one of the most inconsistent teams in the league. And if they win today and then lose their next game, that's the team that they are.
3 of us.
The GNA TV invasion.
Lands as well now.
I'm normally worried, but I'm not. I don't think they're going to do much at all. I don't think they'll do anything, if I'm being honest.
Famous last words.
Jem, how are you feeling about the lineup? Are you feeling good about the lineup?
It just seems to keep playing around with it. It's so unpredictable. I'm even lost about what he's going to do, let alone the rivals that are playing us. It's like, what are we going to expect? I think you're going to see Cho playing more of an inside role rather than being back out the wing. You're going to see Reece James.
The only thing he has said is that he wants Reece James to shine today and that it's his time to shine. And I absolutely agree, because Reece James obviously had the injuries and I think it is his time to shine. And I think that I want to see him prove himself to Tuchel and be like, yes, I'm here. I am absolutely talented. I'm here. I'm doing what I'm doing. Because he is, and he's capable of that. I'm just
like focusing on him as well, like when they're training.
I know. Well, when he was when he was doing his pre-match interview, he said that like Reece James is back, like, and I want to see him prove himself in this match. And my worry is that Reece James, because you've got so much pressure on you, and you've got to remember he's like 20 years old, and he's got so much pressure on him, and I'm so worried that this pressure is going to turn into him having a bad match.
Maybe.
That's my worst nightmare.
It's got license to get forward tonight, though. You know what I mean? It's got license.
Yeah, but I'm a bit worried about James, the right wing back. Actually, if I'm being honest, I don't think
he's such a good player. He's a brilliant player, and you know what?
Hang on, so you're not worried about Jorginho, but you're worried.
No,
about
I'm just worried that he's going to be. No, he does. No, he does because Hudson-Odoi can take on a man. James can't really do that. He's a bit clunky here and there on the ball. I don't
that. You don't. What he's doing today. That's not his job.
I'll be real with you. I think Jorginho is just a boring player. Like I've never seen anything like amazing from him. That's not me just joking. I'm just being real. I've just never seen anything exciting from him. Mount, I have. That's why I understand why people give him praise.
Mason Mount's in the team
Jorginho,
again.
no.
That's good. Mount was good last time. He just needs to take those chances that he got against Burnley.
I hope Jorginho plays.
Yeah, that's one thing about Mason Mount's game. Mason Mount's got all the skill on the ball, but that dude he's terrible in the final third. He's got one of the worst conversion rates in the Premier League.
That's good.
And people are talking about Mason Mount and elite in the same sentence.
Yeah, he just has to find some consistency in front of goal, and he'll have it.
I think the conversion rate like 8% or something.
It's really low. Yeah.
I think the problem with Jorginho is that like you've got this problem with his slow passing and his side passing and all this. Then like if Chelsea want to do like fast one-touch football, Jorginho's not the man for him.
I disagree. I think he suits it. I think he really suits it.
If you look at the Wolves game, he struggled. Like, tell me he didn't struggle in the Wolves game.
Will plays too much FIFA, man.
How do I play too much FIFA? Surely if I play too much FIFA...
We're not talking about FIFA here. We're talking about the fact that in the Wolves game, we were playing one-touch football and Jorginho was slowing the ball down. He was genuinely... We were doing this fast play.
I need to address that comment from Jen. I need to. Surely if I played too much FIFA, I'd think Jorginho's shit because he's really slow and weak.
Oh, he should have a 50 rating. He shouldn't even have a 75. He's bad.
He's rated higher than Fred.
Yeah, and he's not better than Fred because EA have no culture.
He's not better than Fred either.
I like Jorginho.
Joe, it is. Will plays FIFA in extra fast mode. You know when the players look quick. Like you can do that, can't you? So he does that with
Jorginho. I don't even really play FIFA when this is Pro Club.
No, what he does, Jim.
It's pure bias. It's pure bias with EA.
Pace at the start,
It's pure bias with EA to make him rated higher than Fred. Like that's a disgrace. I'm sorry. Like, how are you going to be rated higher than McTominay and Fred?
Jorginho in the system that suits him, he's a very good player. He is. He's a very good player.
God.
I can actually see, like when the players actually like sped up and everything. I can actually see it as well.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what they do. Too much FIFA, man. I'm telling you.
I'm just imagining that faster.
I would be if I were a Chelsea fan, I would be concerned about Ndombele running at Jorginho. Jorginho can't keep up him for pace or for physicality. Like he'll spin him every time.
Jorginho's defense.
You're mad, man.
As well, like
better than Kante's per 90.
Is that Magnum?
I'll go back and find the stats. Jorginho has as good defensive stats as Kante in the last year and a half.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Jorginho, I'm sorry, but I'll say it again. My famous words.
Will, you've got an agenda of Jorginho, mate.
I'm not saying that Jorginho's not good. I'm just saying that Ndombele could probably
that's fair enough.
You'll bully him. Just say
it.
You'll
just bully him. Yeah, absolutely good.
You can call him bad. You can call him bad. That's what he is. He's bad.
He's not bad.
You can call him. He is bad. And Will, I'm going to say this right now. My famous quote. I've seen better things on the bottom of my shoe than Jorginho. But I think he's just a basic player.
Crap. I'm sorry. That is crap. Jorginho is a fantastic player.
Trash.
I'm not rattled. I'm not. Why would I be insecure about other people's opinions?
Hey, Will, I actually really hope Jorginho has a good game set. I'm not going to lie. I really do. I don't want
to. I hope everyone has a good game.
I think you always wish players to have a good game, but I think you've always got in the back of your mind that some players are not capable of being in your team anymore. Like look at Lingard. Look at him. He wasn't suited for the Man U team. When you compare him and Bruno together, there's no comparison.
I don't know.
Lingardinho.
I don't know.
He's doing well in West Ham. He's doing well in West Ham.
Oh my God. I don't know. I feel like every time I look at Manchester United players, I'm like, yeah, I hope you do. I hope you don't have a good game. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I've never done that. I've never done that.
Shut up, Jen. That's not true.
Maybe I've done that. Maybe I've done that to Lingard this time. I'm like, I don't want you to play well. I just want you to go.
Jem, if you're
Never forget that Jesse Lingard went to the Emirates Stadium, scored a goal, and then hit the cleanest Millie Rock.
Oh yeah,
I'll never forget that. Yeah, that was clean.
That was so sick.
And that was like the last good thing he ever did for Man United.
That game, David De Gea. Oh my
His
God.
Millie Rock is on point. That's the one thing you can't take away from
Charlotte, are you doing a watch? Is this a watch?
I love
Watch-along
this
right now.
Lingard.
I mean, we can do a watch along if you want. I mean, it wasn't planned.
I mean, we've still
I'm gonna
got
have to go.
game starts. Yeah, I'm too nervous to do watch.
Yeah,
You're not nervous.
Do one like over the weekend or something.
Yeah, but
we
we will
goals
be doing it over the weekend though.
Yeah.
So you guys are more than welcome on. I'll definitely be doing one for the Saturday game. So hop yourself on.
Jem, if Jorginho plays back,
Lingard's the best moment of Lingard is the Crystal Palace game when we won the FA Cup. That last goal that he scored was beautiful. That manager was getting gassed. He started dancing, famous dance. I respect him for that. But the beautiful third goal that we scored in that game was beautiful. I watch it over and over.
I'll never forget. Like Louis Van Gaal raises the FA Cup, and then Woodward probably took it out of his hands and handed him his bags. Like, see you, man. Thanks for the memory. he got fired. Like he got fired on the bus ride home. Like, what do you mean? They were like, yeah, he's gone.
Thank you, sir. We'll take that and drive you wherever you need to go.
Yeah, your bags are out front. Yeah. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
He's doing bits as well before he got sacked. He's actually making progress, and then he just got sacked. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, most managers are meant to be bad before they get sacked. It's madness.
Louis, I will say, I didn't like a whole lot of Louis Van Gaal, what he did for Manchester United, but that the game at Anfield where United won 2-0 was probably one of the best performances away from like at Anfield by a Manchester United team I've seen in years. Like, they put on a series. Yeah, it was incredible. They put on a really good performance under him.
Oh yeah, and Gerrard got sent off.
Absolutely agree.
Guys,
we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. I think it's about time to wrap it up because we are getting 15 minutes before the game. Chelsea Spurs. It's been a pleasure. We have had a great time. I'd like to thank everyone for being on. So we're going to do social shout-outs. Will, where can people find you?
You can find me at Will_CFC_ on Twitter and follow the KH No Filter account as well for Kai's channel on Twitter.
And then Jorginho's bum.
Winter Surfer, where can people find you?
Around in most chats because I have no hobbies. And on KH No Filter Football most of the time, so it's all good.
Perfect, thank you. Ads, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Adzils on Twitter, ADZIWLZ, and you can also find me hosting on Man United side of GNA TV.
Perfect, thank you very much. Byron, where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm typically hopping around here and there on the terrace and things like that, but you can find me on Twitter at BKStinson08.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Lambs, where can people find you?
Oh my God. I'm probably almost as bad as Prime and Andrew. Like
you are.
You can find me on GNA TV on the Chelsea Ladies Show. So that's going to be on 8 p.m. tomorrow. So don't miss it. You can also find me on Midnight Vibe Show on Football Terrace. Also, I do show bits and bobs on his channel called What Now, Fridays, early evenings. And my socials, I'm on Instagram, and that's my handle over there, @Lammy. So yeah.
Perfect, thank you. Jem, where can people find you?
Question is, where can't you find me? That's the question. You can find me on the Football Terrace, one of the panelists on there. You can find me on GNA TV with Lambs and ads smashing it up there. You can find me on Monster's channel. You can find me on Kai's channel. You can find me on Charlotte's channel. You can find me on, yeah, I'll stop there. Just anywhere, really.
Guys, tonight on the First XI, we have a new channel called The Offside Rule. Lambs will be on, Yannicka, Joyce, Stab, and myself will all be on there. Make sure you go watch it. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks to everyone for coming on for my first ever live. We will be doing it again. It's been a pleasure. And we will see you guys very, very soon.
Come on, Chelsea.